gosh, man, this is a
Locked
friend
in.
of mine who is just sprinkling a little bit of like little tiny bit of sauce when we last hung out in Las Vegas at our iHeart Radio Music Festival. You were like, well, it's Gabrielle and Nevaeh in the building. Let's give her a round of applause first off. And you told me, Gabrielle, I've got some cool things coming up. I'm gonna be living in New York soon.
I know.
And we were talking about this as we started to roll the cameras and audio here. You didn't tell me it was this awesome.
I know, it's crazy. When I saw you last, I couldn't say anything about it, but I was just like buzzing with excitement, like, Stranger Things, the first shout out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so now we're here. And
To
it's
live in
crazy.
it. Yeah, is crazy the word that you think of. Is it joy? Is it pride? Like, what do you think of, knowing that you get to bring this character to life?
I mean, it's all of it. It's really all of it. It's crazy because I grew up watching Stranger Things.
Yep.
So, like, as a mega fan, to be able to create in the world that I grew up watching, like, that's insane.
That's
a
nuts.
gift in and of itself. And then I'm just so grateful. I don't know if it's necessarily pride, but just grateful to be a part of it because it's my Broadway debut, know, and I've never done theater. So to be able to be on the stage and be up there with thousands of people watching each night, I mean, it's such a gift. It's such a privilege.
Patty newbie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And emphasis on the word newbie, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and let's lean on that. A newbie in all different, not only is she a brand new character to this franchise, but it's, going back to, as you said, you had never been on, you're a newbie to this and you've taken to it with so many people there to support, to love, to guide you. What does it mean to have so many people on cast and also from our vantage point as fans watch and be there rooting you on?
I mean, so from a cast standpoint, there are 34 of us, and over half of us, it's our Broadway debut.
Wow.
So that breeds a different sense of community and just support because it's all new, and we're all trying to figure it out together. So it's like we're just trying to help each other out in every way that we can, whether it's like self-care tips or on-stage tips. And then from an audience perspective, I was incredibly nervous because for me, like, I know if I were on the other side of the coin, it's like, okay, new kid, prove it.
Okay, yep.
Because, like, that's how I kind of felt watching the series when they would, like, introduce new concepts and new ideas because it's such a beloved story and beloved franchise. It's like, when you try and change it up a little bit, you're kind of like how's this going to be?
Yeah, what's going to happen here?
Yeah, literally. So I was really nervous about how people would perceive Patty, and it's just been unbelievably accepting and welcoming and again, just so grateful that people love her.
Let me say, as someone who has followed your career, loosely being connected to the Nickelodeon family and just watching you grow from television to now stage and to have been able to see the show when it was in previews. And I didn't even realize it. You guys nailed it.
Oh.
Even then, I was like, I get to go to the show. It's brand new. You know, I was thinking it was like already rolling. But when I realized, like, holy crap, it's still in previews.
Yeah, wow.
And it was phenomenal.
Oh,
I just want to say
you.
the sense of pride for me is like just watching you come into your own. So continue to do your thing, girl. Continue to do your thing. What does it feel like to move from television to? I heard you, or maybe I think I read that you said it's like it's a marathon. You know what I mean? You get to take breaks, and you're doing 1 or 2 takes when you're on a television show. But here, you're really start to finish. You're there.
It's a night and day difference as far as stamina is concerned.
Yes.
Like, I tried to do what I could to prep before I moved to New York, of like working out and like running on the treadmill and all that good stuff. But nothing prepares you for the demands of Broadway. I mean, on TV and film, you get to kind of chill and go back to your trailer.
You get to your sides under your thigh when you're sitting on a chair. You're like, wait, what was my line again?
Or
okay,
like,
we can do it. Let me take a pic.
Totally. Or like a cue card, like on all that. Sometimes we had cue cards. And, when you get to Broadway, there is no faking it. You can't necessarily take a day off if you don't feel good.
Yes.
So it was an incredible change for me to kind of learn self-care and learn how to take care of my body because it's a full body experience, right? Yeah. Whereas like TV and film, sometimes it's just like head and shoulders or just like waist up. But on stage, everyone's looking at all of you at all times. And
not only it being a full body experience, this is a very grueling and demanding show.
1,000,000%.
You guys are doing it all.
Yeah.
Oh
literally.
My gosh.
I mean, it's not a musical, but I do sing, dance, and act in this show.
Yeah.
So it's been insane to like also learn how to use the turntable because our floor does move.
Yep.
So learning how to walk on that, learning how to run on that, learning how to dance on that.
Yeah.
It's just so many learning curves that you don't have in TV and film that you don't get to so many skills that you don't get to hone just in a film or on a television show that I'm grateful to kind of build that repertoire and build that toolbox. That way I can use whatever skills I learn here in TV and film when I go back.
Dude, here's the thing. You get to be alongside someone who was a part of watching this show thrive on London's West End. Oh. I wrote it right here. You got Louis here. Louis
McCartney. Yeah, he's great. He's great.
You know, to work alongside him, and I also think I read that you were a bit nervous, stepping into the very first meeting. He came over, gave you the biggest hug. Yeah. What did it mean to have someone who was experienced in this particular show and to watch it thrive in London, to be there, to be your right hand when you needed it?
Yeah, I mean, so first day, I was so nervous I thought I was going to throw up. Like, my brain was just buzzing. It was kind of like the Charlie Brown effect. Like, you know, when the parents are trying to talk to them, it's like the wah, 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 wah. Like, I couldn't hear anything. That's how, like, hard my heart was thumping. And Louis was so gracious, and he just, kind of told me that he remembered what that was like. Yeah. I mean, being a year into his run, he's got Henry down.
Yes.
He knows Henry. And at that point, I was still learning Patty, and I had never been in a situation where someone else had played the role, you know? And in my brain, I was like, I want to make sure that I do this right. I want to make sure that I hit all of the beats, and I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, that bred a lot of anxiety of knowing that there were other renditions of what Patty looked like and what the story looked like. And Louis really just kind of took it all with grace, you know, and was just so gentle with it. And the entire creative team, Stephen Daldry and Justin Martin, were very reassuring that they were like, this is your version of Patty. Yeah. Don't try and be someone else. Don't try and, worry about what people think. This is your moment to create.
What does that mean to have that trust? That you get to be the professional who you are, to put your spin on a character, but to know that the folks who presented you with this opportunity really trust that you were the best person for this.
It was unique because I've never had that opportunity. Because, growing up, like on That Girl Lele, all that, it was more so being pointed in the direction that they wanted you to go. Yeah. Because, like, that's their vision.
It's the character.
You're not really creating the character. Yep. You're just kind of performing what's on the page. Yeah. So I just kind of expected it to be similar of like, okay, here's XYZ. This is what we're doing. And it was very much not that when I got to the rehearsal room, and I was just taken aback by how much creative freedom I had.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was an incredible opportunity to just have a say.
Well, what are some of those little quirks, those little ticks that, those little things that are kind of Gabrielle, but that are also Patty? Like, is there you do the little thing on you because that's something that you do? Maybe you hit the neck with a little scratch every once in a while, or you playing with the elbow. What are some of those little tiny things?
I would say Patty definitely. So my thing with Patty, when I was developing her character, she has never had the opportunity to decide who she wants to be. Because she's always been under her father's thumb. She hasn't had the opportunity to discover what type of leader she wants to be. And just subtle things of like playing with my nails, of like the anxiousness of making a decision or having a thought process. What does that look like when, you've been asked a question and you've never really had the opportunity to think about the answer? Yeah. So I don't know, playing with my hands, putting my hair behind my ear. Yeah. That's a little functional thing because I've also never had hair that can get in my mouth. That can do that. And like we had a performance where my wig was just like in my mouth every scene. And it was like I was constantly clawing at it. So I don't know, like playing with my hands, putting my hair behind my ear. Those are little things that maybe are Gabrielle adjacent, aren't completely me, but are things that I'm consciously doing with my body language.
I'm giving anyone that's watching or listening, like, you're dropping some gems. This is a masterclass in acting right here. I'm just letting
Don't listen to me. I'm still learning. Don't listen to me.
But that is what's special, is that you are still learning, and we're learning with you, and we're learning not only who you are as a young woman, who just, by the way, celebrated a birthday a couple days ago.
Thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
We're 20.
to you.
Thanks.
But also it's anyone who is trying to either get into the field or wants to act, it's powerful to have the trust from others to just be your best self and to, as you said, just adapt and create. And that's truly a special especially that not everybody gets access to.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible, and I'm so grateful for it because it has boosted my confidence as a creative.
Yeah.
To be able to make decisions for a Broadway production. Like, Broadway is the biggest stage.
The biggest.
The
Everyone
pinnacle.
on the planet knows, like, you're on Broadway?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And to be able to have a say in Patty's journey, like, that's just an incredible confidence booster and just, gift for the rest of my career.
Let's talk a little bit more about Gabrielle and the creative and the creator and are we going to get more TikToks and you know what I'm saying, IG Reels? Are you going to get back to it? I know that you and one of the besties, are you still talking with Darcy Land? Like, you guys, you guys homies, you get the opportunity. I know she's got a direction, but you guys are, friends. And what does it feel? Are we getting back to creating more? You can find the time when we get a regular set schedule to do
there
those
are
things.
so many like Stranger Things TikToks that I want to make, but it's just like by the time we get into hair and makeup and it's showtime, like that's all I'm thinking
You're
about.
zoned in,
and
you're
like
locked in.
the thoughts just go away of like film this, film that, do this transition.
Do you have a notes app rolling? Do you got drafts? You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
This whole folder, because like on TikTok you can make folders for like ideas. So I have a Stranger Things folder that I haven't used at all. So
we cannot wait. And I know you're like super geek to like, wait till the world sees this transition.
I know.
Wait till I give you this BTS footage.
I've got some cool things like in my brain or things that I think are funny, and
most of the time they are.
We'll see.
I do want to talk a tiny bit here before shifting gears one more time about the tech and well, the fact that first off, I forgot to mention this. Y'all are nominated for like a bajillion Tonys.
Yeah.
Like shout out already winning these technical, Tonys and all that kind of stuff. So congrats to not only you but the entire team on that. But to work with all this amazing tech, what is that like?
So some of the Broadway veterans in our cast had to keep like reminding us that this is not normal.
It is not normal at all.
Because we had like a decade-long tech process before we even got into previews. So it was interesting to have a transition from the rehearsal room where there was none of it, and we had to just kind of use our imagination and play professional pretend, and then just be thrust into all of it at once and try and create like a symbiotic experience between the acting and the text, so it didn't feel like two separate things.
Got it.
That was difficult for a really long time, and Stephen Daldry used to say, find the narrative. You have to find the narrative, because that's the most important part. Like, none of the tech matters, none of the acting matters if they're separate. Because you feel like you're in two different worlds, and that's not the point. You want to feel like they're together. Like, when your hand moves this way, you want to feel like that explosion really did come from you. So it was a learning process for sure. It was almost like walking with a robot, like hand in hand. Like, how do you exist with each other? So yeah, I mean, it was a learning process, but I think we kind of got it.
No, you didn't kind of get it. You nailed it. Yeah. 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
I mean, sitting there, when I had the opportunity to see the show, and I'm just like in awe from the explosions to the, I don't want to give away anything to anybody who hasn't seen it, but just the way that you guys are working with lasers, and then all of a sudden you start smelling things at times, and then something jumps at you, and then it's black.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a second. Do I breathe now? How do you breathe? And then all of a sudden it's like you're on one side of the stage, and another side of the stage. You all have done something that is truly spectacular that I hope you understand this, and anyone else on the team knows that you guys are going to be walking across that Tony stage quite a lot, quite often. I hope somewhere in those notes that you have with your TikToks and those drafts, you also have a speech prepared somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all did a phenomenal job. So I really just want to say congratulations on that part.
Thank you.
And learning that and taking that skill set from this experience in your life and having this be that, that chapter of the book that's just only going to make it so much better when it's, a year from now when you're like, oh yeah, hey Maxwell, I'm saying, I'm going to be living in London for something. It's going to be kind of cool.
Well, you got to come over and see it. You got to come over and see it.
I will be there, dude. I will be there. All right, so here we go. Oh, and let me ask, this is one just a different random, it popped in my mind, but I was like, let me ask Gabrielle.
Let's do it.
How few people do not realize that, like, Nevaeh backwards is heaven?
Oh, all the time.
Okay,
all the time.
I just wanted to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
So my first name, Gabrielle, means woman of God. And then my last name, which is my middle name, is heaven spelled backwards.
Yeah. So. Do people not understand that?
No. Yeah. I mean, it's a little tidbit.
Yeah.
It's a little fun fact.
I love that. I've loved that about you, because you have walked with purpose, and you have perform with purpose.
Yeah.
Like ever since, like I said, since early age, and I'm talking with Keenan and Kel about we about to reboot all that. I'm like, she's nailing it. All right, anyway, hanging out with Gabrielle. Now that you're a New Yorker, gonna throw some questions your way, homie. Because you've been here for a little bit, but now that you're a New Yorker, what is your favorite neighborhood?
My favorite neighborhood? Hell's Kitchen. I live in Hell's Kitchen, you know?
Not a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, we see you, Alicia
Central,
Keys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now that you're a New Yorker, Gabrielle, what's on your pizza?
I'm kind of boring when it comes to pizza. I love just a plain cheese. A plain cheese with extra sauce. That's my vibe.
All right.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
You like what you like.
You never go wrong. All right. I got you.
It's safe.
What about bagel?
Bagel? Okay. I like a nice toasted bagel with cream cheese. It's,
classic. You're
classic,
classic.
simple.
She keeps it simple. All right. Yeah. I'm not a cream cheese person per se. Unless there's like some sort of fruity, like a strawberry smear.
Okay.
That's like kind of my vibe.
I need like tons of just the plain.
Cinnamon bagel, cinnamon raisin with butter. That's also my vibe right there. So I got you. Now that you're a New Yorker, are your earbuds always in when you're walking around the city?
No, I love the sound of the city.
Okay.
I love the sound of the city, and I don't know. I don't mind people coming up to me.
All right.
So I like to be immersed in New York.
All right. Dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're a New Yorker, on the subway, do you know your stops? Or are you constantly like checking your phone or the map or looking on the...
I like to think that I'm pretty directionally versed, but the subway confuses me.
Yeah, the subway confuses everybody, fam.
And like my phone doesn't really work
That's
in the
the
subway.
other part, fam.
So easy to get lost.
If we can we get Wi-Fi in the subway
Yeah,
somehow?
something.
Listen, the tube, y'all got it down in London. How can we can't get that over here?
Got me using like an old-fashioned compass. Like literally, like what can
Attached to your belt. You
yeah,
like
okay, we going right? Yeah,
all
got
right,
it.
Tuck it right
It's my
back
stop.
in your pocket. Last one. Now that you're a New Yorker, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to kind of just kick it and chill? Picnics in Central Park this summer.
Oh, like a 15.
Yeah.
Because we've been running so fast since January. I really just want to like lay on my back in the sun and just chill. Yeah.
So, the great lawn, dude. Just be careful because sometimes people are throwing baseballs and footballs, you know what I'm saying? So you got to stay on your game.
Yeah.
You can't fully chill because, a frisbee might, you know what I'm saying, come at your face.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Somebody might throw something. It happens from time to time. That's my experience as a 10-year veteran of the city.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
good to know.
I'm trying to help you out. You're teaching me how to do a little hair behind the ear and a little finger. Those are my gems that I'm trying to give you here. But,
Sick.
Let's put a bow on this convo and just 2025 is here.
Yeah.
What would you tell 8-year-old Gabrielle, knowing that you are able to live your truest self and to be, getting this level of success but you worked your butt off for this. What would you tell 8-year-old Gabrielle?
I would say, dude, you're going to be on Broadway. Start stretching now. Start stretching right now. No, I would say, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Enjoy every moment of it, every heartbreak, every rejection. All of it's worth it. So just,
And are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. I'm having such a good time. It's been fantastic. So.
We feel it. We feel it. Continued success with the run of the show. It is absolutely a 12 out of 10. Gosh, man, so proud of everything that you have been able to do to step into your greatness and to continue. And just knowing that this is just another chapter of a book that is... how did Natasha Bedingfield? The rest is still unwritten. You know what I'm saying? No, this is definitely a beautiful time. So congratulations to you.
Thank
Give
you.
us some love. This is Gabrielle Nevaeh, y'all.
Yay.
Yeah, you are
Thank
such
you.
a rock star.
Oh, thank you.